Oh.
Bang your ugly friends too.
Well, hello, everybody. We've got Marina V and David Ellison with us tonight. This is exciting.
Hey, everybody. Hey, David.
Awesome. I just want to kind of introduce ourselves a little bit. I'm Randy. I'm in Oklahoma City.
I'm Ashton, and I'm out here in Piedmont, Oklahoma.
And I am John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
I am in Ventura County by Los Angeles in California.
Yeah.
And I'm in Arizona. I can hardly see you guys. You're like little squares back there.
I know. It did get kind of small. It's kind of weird. I don't know why it did.
I look bigger next to me on the Marina V album cover. I'll just talk to those guys there.
We can make our mouths move on the cover artwork, just
that would be awesome. Let's see what it does if I do this. No, it's still small. What is going on with that? It's just weird. No.
Now you're big.
Don't want that.
Great. We get to see Randy.
Anyway,
focus on you.
What we're kind of stuck with. So, speaking to California, are you safe? Were you impacted? Do you have people you know that were impacted? It's crazy.
I do know several people who had to evacuate, and I know 2 people personally whose houses burned down, one in one fire, one in the other. We are okay here, but we had to evacuate 2 months ago because we had a different fire near us, and we had to stay away for 3 days because the smoke was impossible, to exist in. It was very close to us, but I've been lucky.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been very stressful for us Southern Californians here, but today there's rain and everybody's just like exhaling.
Beautiful. Well, that's good to hear. There was so much chaos going on, and it was just a perfect storm over there. And it was just like, oh my gosh, what is going on? But I'm glad you're safe, and glad your property's safe, and all your friends are safe as well. So
thank you.
I want to jump in and say, Dave, I very much appreciate you joining us. My heart sank a little when your picture popped up too. I know tonight's all about Marina, and I really appreciate you backing this with this song of hers that I can't wait for us to get into. Can you tell us a little bit about the story behind that, Marina, the song Symphony in Metal?
Yeah, actually, my husband and I, who's my co-writer and drummer on this song, we wrote the song about 10 years ago, and we reworked it over the years, and it just never felt right. And then recently, it started feeling very right, and we were thinking of what should we do arrangement-wise, because it's called Symphony and Metal, right? It would be really lame if it didn't have any metal in it. So in order to not be lame, we decided to enlist our couple of dear friends. David, thank you so much for being such a big part of the song, and Bruce Kulick from Kiss. Just you guys made the song so awesome and bombastic, and our string arrangement is bombastic as well. it's a, we call it our Bohemian Rhapsody of sorts because it's a little bit over the top, but it is what it's called for, so we did it.
So how did that linking up with Bruce and Dave happen for you? Like you already knew each other through the industry. How did the link up happen to collaborate on this song together?
Well, I texted you, David, said, hey, I have a song and we would love to have you on it. Could you listen to it, see if you like it? And if you do, let's do it. So, David, how, what do you remember?
Yeah, no, that was exactly. So I've known Marina. When did we meet? When I was doing artist relations for PB, it was when Megadeth had disbanded.
Over 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2003-ish. I started with that. Shortly after that, I met Marina. She was just a young independent artist in LA, dragging her keyboard and her piano everywhere around the NAMM show and everywhere around town, and playing everywhere that she could, and was passionate. And then her and Nick, I think, got married shortly thereafter, and around that time or something. And they became a very powerful duet, and that was when I really started to understand independent music a little bit more. I started on an independent label with Combat, as most of us did. We started with Combat, Metal Blade, Megaforce. So my genre, we started with independent labels, and the goal was to get up to the big labels, which we did. But I understood, with Marina, even in artist relations, really what I'm doing is we're trying to take a company's products and put it with, famous people to get it on their stages and on the Grammys and, MTV and all this kind of stuff. And, I saw a passion in Marina, and you're really one of the only independent artists I worked with. I got
wow, I didn't know that.
calls from a lot of people. And, it's funny in that world, as it is, when you're, independent, you're trying to build something, no one gives you anything, right? And then when you get rich and famous, suddenly everybody wants to give you the world,
Yep.
And so it's the story of life. None more prevalent than in entertainment and the music business, So for me, Marina, you always just had this hustle. You were sincere. I never felt like I was getting the snow job or the con job, or you know what I mean. And believe me, I had some much more famous people trying to always con gear out of us, and and you can always tell a shady musician. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how rich and famous they get; they're still friggin' shady. So
oh my God.
it was my job to sort of sniff those guys out. You know what I mean?
So, write a book.
So anyway, that's kind of the backstory with me and Marina. And then even a few years ago, she hit me to just it was kind of a collaboration of a bunch of friends, and I remember me and Frank Bello, I think, were working on our Altitudes and Attitude record over at producer Jay Rustin's studio in his house over in Sherman Oaks. And I remember walking down the sidewalk in front of Jay's house, filming with my phone, like singing along, filming this piece for Marina, and then she hit me, a few months ago to play in this track. So it's funny, we've kind of inadvertently stayed in touch a bit over the years. It's mostly Marina reaching out to me to collaborate. And when I heard this song, I heard it and I went, wow, that's freaking good, and it's a great collaboration. I love Bruce, of course. I love Nick, and I'd never worked with Mr. Horner before. I knew his name, I knew his some of his discography and stuff, but I'd never worked with him. So, to me, it was kind of rising up to the challenge. And when I heard the track, I was like, this is friggin' good, man. Like, Marina's stepping up, this is cool. So, and then when I listened to the song, it's funny, I listened to the song today. I ready to go down and pick up some coffee from my coffee roaster, and as I was driving home in the traffic, it came up in my iTunes playlist. So as if our phones aren't listening to us, they knew I had an interview about this. So
right, exactly.
The song appeared. Wow, isn't that interesting? So, thanks, Meta. So anyway, I listened to it, and it was funny. I'm going, did she fucking write this song about me? It's like, because I love the line where it says, it doesn't matter how many times you fall down as long as you get back up, and I was like, hey, she's reading my mail here. What the hell?
I'm listening like Meta.
Yeah, but that is the true story of an artist. Certainly my journey in metal, you know, it's been a 40-year overnight success, you know. So you know, anything good doesn't come easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
The song is about life. And I just want to quickly mention, David, what you were talking about doing a video walking on the street, filming yourself. David and Bruce Kulick and Still Panther, whom I saw in your introduction here for this video, they all did cameos in my music video called Born to the Stars. They didn't play on it, just like they lip sync to We Are Born to the Stars. It's really cool. Check it out if you like it, guys. It's really fun. We got some cool, amazing rock stars doing the cameos.
Absolutely. And David, you said it all. Marina is so talented. I started listening to some of the stuff, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's just all over the place, and a very talented writer. And let me just say, you've composed songs for films, TV shows, and major brands like Pepsi, of course. And you've written over 150 songs for YouTube. I think it's a cartoon, Coat and Kitty.
Yeah,
And so, oh my gosh,
We
who
have
has that much
million-
material in their head?
But the thing is, out of all that stuff, the kids' music is the one that's been the most successful in terms of, like, has almost 2 billion views on YouTube
insane.
channel.
Wow.
And like my music has never had a billion views or even close
Right.
to that. Like, kids.
I want to.
But anyway, thank you so much for the nice words.
Marina, I believe I saw a little clip or a photo that you were outside of NCIS like studio. Do you have songs in the show now as well?
Believe it or not, no, I don't have any music in NCIS, but for about last 15 years, whenever they have a Russian character in the show, I'm the Russian language technical advisor. So I've come on the set many times and have coached people like Mark Harmon and a bunch of other people, whoever happens to be needing to speak Russian, how to say things and what to say. So I would translate it and coach them how to pronounce the sentences in Russian. So it's been fun to, you know, because I'm not in TV really that much, so it's fun to be behind the scenes at NCIS. I've done it a lot over the years. It's been a blast.
So cool.
That would be a cool thing to do.
Oh my goodness. Well, are we ready to check out this wonderful symphony in metal?
Duh.
Here we go. Symphony in metal.
You think it's over? And did you waste your time on all the things you never tried? And you say, get me out of here until I'm better. Slay the dragons, live another day. I am symphony and I am metal. Whatever happens, I will be okay. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. I've been afraid.
God, so beautiful.
I love it.
It's like
Sounds just like
goosebumps.
Nightwish.
Amazing.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
just the beautiful collaboration.
Girl can write a hook.
Just-
Whether it's in English or Russian, she can write a hook. That's great.
That is for sure.
Oh my gosh, just the strings and the composing of that, and then just putting true rock and roll behind it. It just paints a picture. You know, you're telling a story,
Beautiful.
and I just love it. I love how it just makes you feel.
Well, you know, it's interesting when you write a song as like a metal song, and then you do the obligatory, let's put the orchestra behind it, right? Which, let's face it, probably started with MTV Unplugged, and then obviously Metallica did it. You know, it became a thing, right? It was a thing that everybody did. Versus, I would assume, Marina, you know, look, you're a pianist, right? So you compose from a more classical structure, and then added the heavier things around it. Rather than being heavy and adding a symphony, you started with the symphony and added the metal around it, I would assume.
Exactly, yeah. But then I had to step up to the metal because I originally recorded piano vocal, myself in the studio. And then when Bruce Kulick and David here played their instruments, I realized I need to sing my lead vocal because they give so much power. It worked just fine as piano vocal strings, perhaps, but not
Mhm.
with the badassery of the. Can I say badassery?
Yeah.
Is that a
Absolutely.
word?
But yet at the same time, Marina, you didn't come in with the full-on Cookie Monster death metal thing. You didn't
Mhm.
have to
No,
come
no,
in
that's
and
not
kick
me.
anybody's ass and prove that you're a tough ass bitch because it's a metal song. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which,
yeah, I'm definitely
which,
I'm not the toughest bitch in terms of vocals. I'm not, I'm
yeah,
still me, but you guys bring that beautiful metal element that gives that just oomph to it.
yeah. You kept a very kind of almost theater voice to it rather than coming at it and having to prove how metal you are. So which I liked when I heard the final mix. I was like, this is really great because you can hear the breathiness of the words and that.
Cool, thank you so much. I believe like it's very big, but it's also intimate at the same time, the way
Yeah.
I'm presenting the story.
Absolutely. So you moved to the United States when you were 15 years old. Were you already into music? Have you already started experimenting with music, or did you find that when you came to the United States?
I started writing music when I was a little kid, and my mom said I was singing before I could speak. So
Of
music
course
has
you
always
were.
been, but the music was always in my head. It's like one of those things that's just always there. So I do not remember the time when I was not writing melodies in my head. It's actually so annoying sometimes that it's hard for me to be in anywhere when there's overhead music. So Nam, David, for example, is like, I mean, it's hard for all of us, but it's extra hard for me because there's just so much and it's competing with whatever's trying to create itself in my brain. Anyway, but when I came to America, I came from Russia when I was 15 as an exchange student. I felt like, I know it's kind of hokey to say that, but the American dream is still there. And if you travel around the world and you come here, people really believe that if you work hard enough and if you're good at what you do, you can rise, you can succeed.
Mhm.
Um, and I certainly did not feel that grown up in Russia because things were very tough in the 90s in Russia when I was growing up. We, you know, survived, I should say, didn't like plan big vacations or live our dreams. We just, okay, do we have enough to eat? Can we get a job? Can we do that? So when I came here and I just saw that like anything is possible. So that's when I started pursuing my music.
Well, you've definitely put the work in. I promise you, you have done the work. It's not like you're just expecting anything just to be given to you because nobody writes and sings like that and composes like that and without putting in the work, putting in the time and I just absolutely appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I mean, David, right here. I mean, good Lord, you put in work and time. I mean,
Mhm.
it's like any musician worth their salt, right? We we have we have really worked for it, and it's I think it's beautiful.
Well, it's like I got gold records on the wall, and they're basically just my blood stains of my soul. From you know, you like to think, oh, that how great to get an award. It's like, yeah, you have no idea what women in
Right.
the toil and the sacrifices and everything
Yeah.
else, addiction, the relationships. I mean, there's a lot of bodies that lay in the wake of success, and I don't say that, in jest. It's true. There's just a lot. There's a lot of
Mhm.
sacrifice. I remember my daughter. She's a very gifted musician. Is perfect pitch, synesthesia, and she learned how to play guitar on YouTube. And it just is a different. She's 26, right? So she grew up in a different era where tools on the internet you could literally teach yourself how to play. And she's got great aptitude for that. But I remember the day she came downstairs and said, Dad, I had a dream that you were telling me how hard it is in music, and I don't want to, and I realize I'm going to have to suffer, and I don't want to have to suffer, and I don't want to have to live that life. I said, awesome. Yeah, but I told her, I said, listen, you're a creative. You're going to always have to create, whether you're just sitting
Mhm.
here in the living room at the piano or singing in church or you're playing at the Grand Ole Opry or whatever, singing on a street corner. You're going to have to get it out. It's going to have to happen. And when I see you, Marina, all these years later, it's like you followed the path because that's the calling, and I guess for those of us, who have made a career in this, it's the calling. I mean, I don't know about you, but I can't think of anything else to do. So I just keep doing this, and hopefully I don't have to get a job and do something else. I mean, that's kind of been my attitude with it from the beginning is, and, I think that's the other thing too, is you heed the call, and whatever it is you're called to do in this life, and I think you stay the path, and look, for us who have the gift of, creating songs, it's what we do, performing them, whatever. But, it's our job to make the 3 minutes, 4-minute song or the hour on stage look miraculous. And that's our job. That's why anybody comes to the circus, is we're supposed to make sword swallowing and fire breathing and walking the tightrope look easy, because everybody be doing it, so for those of us who get tapped in this universe to do that, that's what we do. But, behind it, there's obviously a lot of sacrifice. I remember I did a rock and roll fantasy camp, their 10th annual, and Slash was there, and Roger Daltrey. And Slash had a great quote in USA Today. He said, these people don't really want our lives. They just want to touch it for a minute. And I thought that's a perfect thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you get the VIP meet and greet. It's great to meet, get a photo, maybe a signature, and then you move on. You go, wow, that was, I do it with Kiss, oh, yeah, there's my heroes, they're my friends now, but it's like, they're my heroes, and then you go, yeah, that's a lot of work to put on all that makeup.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on a bus for
Yeah,
6 months.
there you go, 30 pounds of armor, you know what I mean, to just go play God of Thunder. It all looks cool from the audience, and you're like, that's a lot of fucking work doing that. You know what I mean? So,
Right, exactly.
like Marina dragging her piano around NAMM, it's a lot of work doing that,
Oh God.
Marina,
Oh, my goodness.
I want to probably inflate your ego just a minute, because I was listening to your stuff for like 45 minutes today in preparation for this evening.
Oh, thank you.
And a lot of times I found myself, because a lot of what you do is very symphony style, which isn't what we normally are into here on the show. It's more of metal rock stuff that we do, but we're trying to expand our horizons as well. And I would find myself listening to your songs or your clips online, and I would close my eyes, so I was just hearing what I was supposed to hear. And I think that "Come Find Me," this song "Come Find Me,"
Oh yes. If I fade away, yeah, it will be on the new record. I just did a little clip of that for my socials.
that song, it touched me. It felt to me like there's little angel wings just floating into my ears while I was listening. It's amazing. I could listen to you all day.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you so much. Really, that's what I think what David was saying, all this work, but it's so worth it when somebody hears the final product and it moves them and it brings something to their life, so thank you for sharing. Thank you.
it really did, and I appreciate that. And if anybody's out there, come find me. Go find it. Where could they find that, Ashton? I believe you have a website.
I mean, I believe she does.
I do. It's marinav.com. I'm working. Yeah, that's that. There's my website. I'm finishing the new album. Symphony and Metal will be on the new album. It's sponsored by all of my fans and supporters. And it's not too late to sponsor, because you'll get like limited edition stuff for everybody who is early on involved with it. I've never had a label, but my fans have been my, quote unquote label throughout the years.
That's amazing.
Financing my records and tours.
Hey, Ashton, I saw something that I absolutely loved. Can you go into the shirts and merch?
And while he's pulling that up, Marina, I want to mention you also have a Patreon that you do extra
Look
songs
at
each
that.
week.
I do. Yes, I do. I have. David, by the way, did your shirt arrive?
It did. It's right
Hey,
here.
nice, because we just got a big batch in, and I sent one to David and Bruce. Yay!
I'll put it there.
Oh,
so
heck
they can
yeah.
wearing it.
I love it.
Thank you for
I
that.
love-
And the lovely postcarding guitar pick, by the way.
Awesome. All right.
Wow.
Not sure you can use that
Yes.
guitar pick, but it's there.
Yeah, I even got a Marina V guitar pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot. I love what I do, and it's a lot of work, like you said, but it's because we love it so much. It doesn't, I do it with just so much passion. Except for maybe like some tedious documents and contracts and all that, which is not fun.
Right.
That
Those
part
are
is really
never,
not
even
fun.
for the people who do that for a living, those suck.
I don't know, but I'm glad I don't have to do that for a living.
Right.
But yeah, so we have some new merch and marinav.com. People can pre-order the new album by sponsoring it. It's all right there. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I'm working with Steve Horner, who you can see his picture right here. He's the only one not rock, but in his classical music outfit. He's a brilliant composer and also a producer. So he produces a track as well. So he's producing the rest of my album as well.
Awesome. Awesome. So is there any timeline for the album?
Yeah, it will be done by the end of the spring. I'm releasing singles, and then the album will be here. But the people who pre-ordering it, they will be the first to actually have it and hear it, and there they are. Same people on Patreon. Those are usually the same people that overlap. I've been on Patreon for 11 years, releasing 2 new songs every month, usually one original, one cover, and a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff like that I wouldn't share with general public. For example, like outtakes of my demos, even song ideas, or videos like Meduna photo shoot, do behind the scenes video for them. I'm backstage playing a show them how it works, stuff like that. Like I post tiny clips on my socials, but like all other big stuff for my Patreon supporters.
Really cool. Really cool.
That'd be awesome.
So do you have any plans of like maybe jumping on some sort of small tour or a big tour, or do you have anything in mind for the rest of this wonderful 2025 as far as touring?
So far, there are no concrete plans. Touring is a different beast. I used to tour a lot, and I love it. And David, remember you have come to see us at least once in Arizona when we were in your hometown. Um, but I now have 5-year-old daughter, so I made a conscious decision to really limit my touring, to be in the moment with her while she's grown up, because apparently everybody tells me it goes by so quickly. And I'm streaming online. I do weekly online concerts on Twitch. And whenever a good show presents itself, I just opened for Macy Gray a couple of months ago. Like, whatever, comes my way. And I try to seek out some like really cool shows, but mostly I stream. So everything is on my website, marinav.com. And you're like the first interview ever I've done that has shown my website on the screen. So that was cool. Thank you.
Oh, of course.
I just love it because she's already got the shirts made, and it looks just like the background that we have on there, and it's wonderful.
Oh,
I would absolutely die to have one of those, and I think I'm gonna have one of those.
Thank you. Well, we all can match. I cut out the collar because they're guys' shirts. I cut out like the collar and made it like off the shoulder shirts.
Right.
So it works too.
Randy will probably do the same thing.
Yeah, I
Off the
usually
shoulder.
do.
Oh yeah.
It just makes me feel sexy. I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with that. One thing that I think is awesome is that you do like the video phone calls and the custom videos and stuff. Usually for people, you gotta kind of know somebody that knows somebody to get that, and you're just like, hey, I got you guys. That's the first time I've seen that.
Oh, thanks so much. I mean, why pay Cameo their percentage when I can do it and keep all the money,
Yeah,
and do
exactly.
it its way for my fans. So it really works for me. I'm not dissing Cameo. Cameo is awesome. But for me, the more directly you can go to your listeners, I found it's the best way, So that's what I've been trying to do as an independent artist.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you kind of touched base on this earlier, and you mentioned you do a bunch of kids song stuff, and you're doing some voiceover work now. Is that just for like kids shows that you do that for?
I don't do voiceover work. I do demos for voiceover actors. I'm not really like an actor person, so my voiceover demos are not great. But I'm very good at demoing them. I have that going on.
Right on.
Hey, that's perfect though.
Hey, gentlemen, I'm going to have to scoot out here for a family commitment. So it was great seeing everybody. Marina, great to see you again. I will see you tomorrow. We're on the press circuit. So
Oh wow.
We'll see.
maybe I'll even wear my brand new fancy T-shirt. So.
Yes, please do. I'll wear mine. Well, we're gonna.
There you go. There you go. There'll be 10 of us across the screen instead of just 5 like now, right?
Thank you so
Thanks
much,
for having
David.
me on the
You guys
show,
keep it
everybody. I
up,
love your.
and-
Who,
Thank
by the way,
you.
who has the bleach bangs? Because I don't think any of us do. I don't know.
Well, no. We
You knew some
started this
girls
about
had bleach bangs, yeah.
we started this about 10 years ago, and some of us did have hair then.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it was bleached then. Yeah, nice. Awesome. Very metal. All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank you,
Bye.
David.
Good night, David.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
All
true
right.
legend right there. He's amazing.
Right?
He is awesome.
Yeah, I'm really lucky having him and Bruce. You're like on the record, just incredible guys. And as you can see, just an amazing human being as well. I mean, you've met plenty of rock and rollers in your day, I'm sure. And not everyone is, there's some divas in guys, right?
Right.
So David Olson, Bruce, you're like the real deal. Just
Yeah, he's definitely
awesome,
not.
awesome
I've
people.
seen a lot of the things that he's helped so many bands. He's helped so many people, and he just puts himself out there. He's an absolutely wonderful guy.
He really is, yeah.
All right, so let's get out there where everybody can get everything Marina V. Where can they find everything besides the website?
That's
social
because-
media.
Yeah, I have marinav.com/links. Oh, my Instagram, Marina V Music, YouTube, Marina V Music, TikTok, and YouTube, all Marina V Music. I'm everywhere. But if you go to marinav.com/links, literally it's like my link tree. So my white
There
page,
we go.
when I can have it on my website.
And join the Patreon.
Yeah, it's been great. Patreon has
There we
been
are.
amazing, really.
All
You
right.
notice a lot
Well,
of
thank
artists
you
are on Patreon that you interview. It's become a wonderful thing.
Oh yeah. It's really grown legs and taken off on a lot of different things, podcasts, musicians, just tons of things, and it's been
amazing.
wonderful for the developers.
Yeah, anyway, it's been great for me, and just really grateful to musicians who started Patreon. It's started by musicians. Anyway, thank you guys so much for taking the time for the awesome interview. Really appreciate it. Thank you for what you do for rock and metal.
You
Seriously,
bet. We
I
appreciate
do.
you.
I don't know if I said it like that.
Right.
But seriously, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. You have a good
Thank you.
evening.
Thank you. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. That was great. All right. Well, now the squares got bigger. Oh, they just went
Oh,
small
now they're
again.
small
Because we
again.
got 5 people.
What the hell is going on?
Back to 5.
Randy, you want to welcome in our guys from Everlit?
Absolutely. How are you gentlemen doing? I'd just like to take a second to introduce ourselves to you. My name is Randy, and I'm in Oklahoma City.
I'm Ashton, and I'm in Piedmont, Oklahoma.
And I am John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
I'm Ryan. I'm just like north of Philadelphia, PA.
Okay.
I'm Kyle, and I'm just west of Philly, about 30 miles west of Philadelphia.
Oh wow!
First of all, I'd just
Awesome.
like to apologize for Ashton and anything you see in his background.
Yeah. So, what might pop up?
Oh, are you hiding?
Yeah, that's a good question.
He's got a Chiefs hat back there.
Right now, there's nothing too crazy back there, at least that I can say. But that can change, like just sporadically throughout the interview.
He
Right.
just has a Kansas City hat sitting there, and I told him he should probably move that for this interview, but it happens.
Okay.
It's all love. It's all love.
It's gonna be a great game.
So just so you guys know, our guitar player Jordan has a little bug. He's a little sick, so he's gonna sit this one out. He said, "What's up, guys?" and like, "Thanks for the time and everything," but he's just not. He's really not feeling good. Had to work today, so he's just like, "I gotta get in bed, dude."
Right on.
There has been some nasty stuff going around, boy. It is like hitting the U.S. hard.
Yeah, it's cold and flu season. Well, he also has a baby that just started daycare, so that explains.
Bringing it all home.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
Yeah, and then our drummer, Jake should be popping on here, but I don't know where he is. he's
drummers.
Drummers.
Yeah, normally you guys like, if the interview's at 8:30, you got to be like, yeah, the interview's at 7:30.
He's a drummer. He's still trying to load in.
Is he?
Yeah. Hey, be fair. Why is it always drummers though?
It is always the drummer. Always.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god. So you guys had your debut album or EP back in 2015, which had Breakaway on there, correct?
That is true. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I can't believe it's been that long when you say it like that. That's actually.
It did make it sound like it was ancient, didn't it?
That's 10 years.
Well, yeah. It's been a decade.
Yeah. Wow.
So-
Yeah, it has been a long time.
That was a fast decade, if I might say.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I imagine.
So with that song, how did that song kind of set your guys' trajectory as far as putting your name out there and putting yourself in the Philly map?
That song had some. So we weren't signed or anything at the time.
Mm-hmm.
We were just independent artists trying to get the music out there all on our own without really any help at all, and that I found that pretty hard. So it wasn't really the easiest to be heard at that time, but we did get. I think we got the song on the radio for a little bit. We were working with this guy Ed Bunker. You guys ever heard of him?
I have not.
No.
He got us on like Livewire and like an article there, and I think he got us on the radio stuff. But it was one of those things where we had to be coming up with money to keep it going. Like we kind of just ran out of money.
Right.
I know what that's like. I get it.
Yeah,
It runs out quick.
The other thing about Breakaway is that's not really our kind of music. That song we like wrote to try to write a song that would kind of break out for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're all kind of happy that it didn't, because it's not really the true sound that we write.
Right on.
You know how some bands hate their hit?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if that had become a hit, we probably been like, oh my god, we got to play this.
Like,
why did it have to be that song?
Exactly.
There's our encore for the next 30 freaking years.
Yeah, there you go.
Like one that I would like to use as reference is like Winger's hit was 17, and now at the age that they have to sing that every time they take the stage, like, is it inappropriate now? Just the way it sounds.
Yeah.
But that's the song everybody wants to hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. If the fans want to hear it, you still got to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing Kurt Cobain saying he hated "Smells Like Teen Spirit." He hated playing that song. He thought it was like torture. But like, everyone else loved it. I even loved it. That was one of my favorites from that back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember Janie Lane saying the same thing about Cherry Pie. I hate that fucking song. Why do you have that song?
Yeah. Like, hey, well, you know, if it helps pay the bills though, because it's hard to start making good money in like rock and metal. So
That's very true.
if you can make some money off a song and start being able to do what you love for a living, I think it's worth it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's
What up,
going
what up?
on?
My lateness.
It's okay.
Fashionably late.
Yeah. How we doing?
We're doing great. We're doing great. We're just talking about how drummers are always late.
I know.
They weren't, we were.
Now, Ryan, with what you were saying earlier about not being signed, recently you guys have signed with Chirp Entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, we're super thrilled on that. Super stoked.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Do you just like want to hear a little bit about how that
Like,
happened?
Absolutely.
what does that entail for you guys? Like, what are they doing for you?
Yeah, so that's really, I mean, like everything pretty much. They're gonna we signed for 30 songs, 30 new songs. You know, depending on whether everything's going really well, we're all happy working with each other, which so far everyone's thrilled with the partnership and everything. And we also have a working partnership with Taylor Larson and Jeff on like our business as well, that me and Jordan, a guitar player, work on. So that's how we met. That's how we kind of got lined up with Jeff to do the deal. But yeah, they're gonna cover the songs, you know, just any videos or lyric videos that we have to do. I don't know. Do you guys know Shan Dan Haran? He's like the president of Chirp Entertainment.
Oh,
and
okay.
Wow.
Okay.
so he's got a lot of connects. They're finding like interviews for us. They're gonna he just got us on Music Choice. He told us that we got an ad on Music Choice. He sent a couple ads on radio already.
Nice.
He's trying to get us on Sirius XM and stuff. So he's got connections. He knows like who to talk to. So basically, he's like the Ed Bunker that we used to have to pay.
So we don't know that president, but if you want to, link him up with us so that he can send us other bands that are on Chirp Entertainment, we'd be thrilled to bring him
Hell
on.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
We would love to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure they would like to talk to you about that. And I know one. You guys know Pink Elephants?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're on Chirp Entertainment as well. So maybe like a cool interview there could be set up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Hell yeah. It's good
Well,
stuff.
See, we're networking while we're still doing our interview.
Look at that. Yeah.
Right. No, I mean, that sounds like a really great person to have on your guys' freaking team, though.
Yeah, if you just go
Yeah.
do a quick Google Shan Dan Haran, he'll pop right up. He's got a lot of connects, and he's a really nice guy. He's really easy to work with. The first thing that he did for us actually was, I don't know if you guys know Game Over, the song that we just released with them.
Uh-huh.
But we had released it independently without the label first, and I think maybe it got like 20-some thousand streams over like a year, so that not great. But the song they loved. They were like, the song's really good. Why don't we pull it down, have it down for like a few months. That way, nobody's heard it anyway, really at this point. So what we'll do is get he asked JT from Famous Last Words to feature on it. So that way, when we re-release it, there's a bigger name on it, someone that everyone's listening to already. And it's already, I think the song already is at like 20,000 streams in a few days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Compared to the year yeah, so, I mean, Dan really knows what he's doing. So
absolutely. And that released on January 31st, did it not?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Sweet. I'm glad you brought that up because I'm just gonna throw out a wild guess that Randy has that pulled up so that we can play a short little clip of Game Over for you guys.
Oh hell yeah!
I have heard Game Over. Here we are, Game Over with Everlit.
If only there was a way it could be
Oh yeah, I know why they chose you guys, and I know why they chose that song. That bumps, man.
Insane.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
I love JT's vocals on that too. So he was the guy singing that second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JT did great. He killed it. He did such a good job.
Yeah, he did. I think his part's my favorite part of the song.
Now I want to hear what the first version actually sounded like, and it just kind of.
Right.
I mean, it was similar. He just spiced it up a little bit. He added he took the melody and just like tweaked it a little bit, so there was a little more progression in the second verse. But it's not like super different.
He adjusted some of the lyrics as well.
Yeah, he changed the lyrics.
He wrote a lot of his own lyrics and stuff he added as well.
Yeah, he did
a great job too.
Stuck with the same idea, but yeah, he changed them up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's all.
Yeah, he said like he was like, "What do you guys like kind of want me to do?" We were like, "Just like do it, dude. Do your thing." Like,
and he did it.
Be you. And he
did it.
He was like, "Can I go like a little heavy?" And I don't think any of the screams were in that little clip, but we were like, "Yeah, dude. Like we're trying to go like heavier now and stuff." And so there's a few screams in there in the verse, and then in the bridge part, he lets out a pretty burly scream too.
Hint, hint. Go listen to the song.
Yeah, hint, hint.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
Because we didn't get to the heavy stuff,
right? That means there's better stuff left unheard.
Yeah, and since we're talking about that, we are starting to add a little bit of our heavier side into the newer music, because if anybody who's watching this or our fans that have listened to our previous stuff will know, like we really didn't have all that much screaming in our previous catalog of music, but now we're just like we've always loved screaming in music, and as we're like kind of getting a little bit older, we're like, dude, let's just do what we love. Let's not try to like write songs that are gonna hit the radio. Let's just let's write the music we want to write. If we want to put a scream here, let's scream it. And then, so the newer songs are gonna have more screams and more breakdowns and stuff. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
One of the songs that I listened to earlier tonight, that I like the most that I've heard so far from you guys was Nightmare. I was listening to a clip of that. And I got back like 3 different times. I was like, no, I gotta listen through that again.
That's the heaviness we were talking about.
It's awesome. I love it. I don't have another word to give you for that.
Thank you so much.
I assume you guys through your website, through Spotify, through YouTube, everybody can go to all the normal places and find all your music.
Yep.
I assume Ashton can pull up that website and let everybody see a little taste of what we're talking about out there. Oh, and you guys got some killer merch too. You guys have a blanket with a flame on it. It has to be warm. It's awesome.
It has to be warm.
That's why we're named Everlit, so we can make the flames on it and then be super warm.
Yeah, we can keep you warm with our flame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah, so find that merch on there and find that awesome blanket because my God.
They got more to their website than just merch.
I know. I was all over it today. There's that blanket.
There it is.
That is.
Heck yeah.
That is insane. That thing, it looks sick. And yeah, that thing looks freaking warm.
Yeah, it does keep. Yeah, it's pretty warm. I got one.
I was about to say, you guys are probably like, as we bundle up with ours, haha, they are warm.
So how does that conversation go? What do you guys want to? What kind of merch do you guys want? Let's get a blanket.
That's a solid point. That's a good question, Randy.
Yeah.
Wives, the girlfriends, they're the ones that are like, you guys should have blankets. We need more blankets in our house.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
I think my wife bought that for me as a gift one year, and then I was just like, yeah, we should just add this as a merch thing too.
And we actually we'll snuggle with the blanket, so whoever buys it can smell us on the blanket as well.
There you go. You heard it here.
Yeah, and we'll do like we'll do it right after a gig too, so there'll be a little sweat there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, the after gig blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Oh
take a
yeah,
little
that'll smell
video of
great.
video of you
Right.
cuddling with it and wiping your head off and all that kind of stuff, and then
Tucking it in
packing
your
it
shirt,
up.
it's just dangling out the top of your shirt.
I think they do sell like Taylor Swift sweat or hair online where you can be like, here's a bottle of Taylor Swift sweat.
Oh my gosh.
300
I
grand.
can believe that. I
They
mean,
Now
probably
we're pushing
rent
that
out-
Patreon type thing right now. That's kind of for a Patreon, so
Sounds
they'll,
more
they'll
like
pay $200 for it.
I've heard she has her own economy when she comes to like a city to play a gig, like or concert rather. Like the city books out all the hotels are completely booked and all the restaurants are booked.
Insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
That's great. She's killing it.
Imagine
Oh,
being
yeah, she's doing a great job.
Imagine being that famous that when you come to a town, the whole city's like sold out.
But
Yeah.
apparently she brought like $1 billion to the NFL just dating Travis.
That's why.
Mhm.
That's why I'm scared about Sunday, dude.
Two birds, baby.
I know, man, but dude, I'm not gonna be surprised if there's some BS calls, dude.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Dude, what happened the first time we played him? There was a lot of BS going on.
Yeah.
What we
Oh
need
my
to do
goodness.
Entire podcast just switched to football.
Yeah.
Right. I'm outnumbered, so I had to keep my mouth
Hey, you guys
shut.
are welcome to throw your opinions in the ring. We know not people outside of Philly don't really like the Eagles.
Come on, you put it on, Ashton. It's okay.
Well,
It's okay.
I mean, no, that's the crazy thing is the Eagles are actually the one team I didn't want to get to the Super Bowl because I'm like, we could beat everyone on y'all's side except for the Eagles. Like the Lions, I wasn't worried about the Lions at all, but I'm like the Eagles, Saquon.
Yeah.
That's what
we
I'm
don't
saying.
have a good running defense, and y'all have Saquon.
Right.
So, whoops.
Yeah. And Philly's offensive line too is insane.
Yeah.
They're monsters.
Yeah, just give the ball. Just give the ball to Saquon every other play, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's if we can shut.
I'm
down
sure they will.
Saquon, we might have a chance, but don't worry. I'm kind of scared for Sunday. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that makes two of us.
Yeah, it makes everybody. Everybody.
Yeah, me too.
Be a hell of a game, no
Randy,
matter what.
yeah.
It goes. It's gonna be a hell of a game.
Yeah,
Right.
so this will be 3 in a row for you
And
if they win.
not to be rude, but if we win this, then you guys would have started our three-peat and ended the three-peat.
Oh, I hope that doesn't happen. Oh, God. Yeah, dude, I wanted the Lions to win so bad.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't, and it's even worse because Andy Reid he was our coach, and we sent him out of here with song and dance, dude, making fun of him.
Oh yeah, y'all booted him.
Yeah,
it's
wow.
insane how that always goes.
Right. Well, at least it's not the situation of the Giants booting Saquon.
sure.
That
Yeah, true.
one probably hurts a lot more right now.
Yeah, that's got to have some sting to it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So before we run out of time, I want to pull us back back the other way for a second.
That's fine.
You guys have upcoming tour show plans in the works or anything like that you know of? Or that you can talk about, let's say it that way.
So at the moment, we're kind of just doing like digital push. Jordan just had a baby, our guitar player, and I just had a baby 3 weeks ago. So,
Congratulations.
thank you. So like,
Push it out.
at the moment, like between work, that, and then we're also we're writing new songs and everything.
Yeah, right now we're kind of in a studio phase right now where we're trying to get a lot of songs ready to just load up the chamber and be able to release at the right times and be able to take advantage of the new wave of our sound has been, trying to capitalize on the reemergence of the new metal sound.
Yeah.
That's come in so we're definitely heavily focused on a studio phase right now of just getting just a lot ready to go, ready to roll, and keeping the juices flowing because it's been a thing. I'm in an interview. One sec. But yeah, so it's I'm going to see Deftones at Wells Fargo coming up, and I don't remember back in the day Deftones ever selling out Wells Fargo. I don't know if you guys know Wells Fargo, but it's where like the Sixers and
yeah, they were more like LA kind of band back when we were
and they're bigger than they've ever been. New metal's been blown back up. So that's something that kind of like hurt us before, but now is working in our favor.
Yeah.
Us with all the new metal influences. So I feel like that's something that we really got to be ready for and capitalize on. So yeah, we're heading in the studio. What, Ryan? The next month, right?
It's like early March. We're going in there to do a bunch of songs with Taylor Larson, who's the producer, and we actually worked with him before too. So we get to keep working with the same producer, which is that's a really cool part of this whole label signing and everything. Because like our sound and like just the vibe and the flow of the production isn't going to change. It's going to maybe a little bit, but it'll still basically be the same. We also did talk about doing starting to take on some live performances again as well. But like I was just saying, we want to get past this like whole like newborn phase a little bit because it's really tough. But we will definitely start to take on some gigs, especially if they're like close to the Philadelphia or like tri-state area. And Jeff were saying like as things come around that are like make sense for us to try to hop on to try to build the name up even further with a live presence. We'll talk about that. But at the moment, they don't expect us to be like going out on the road too far because of what we kind of signed right at that same time. So we got to ride out a little bit.
Yeah, get the right tours for sure. But
yeah, but what I think what we kind of talked about trying to do was keep it to like Weekend Warrior type of style stuff at the moment, or in the near future at least. Like if we can hop on like the end leg of a tour that's wrapping up around here or something like that, we don't have to drive like halfway across the country and all that kind of stuff for a few shows.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, we love playing live, so it all just depends on like if it makes sense to try to hop onto it right now.
Yeah.
Right on. Randy?
Well, I just want to get out there. Where can everybody get your merch? And, you got the website. What is your social media?
We're just biggest on, we're most active on like Instagram and X. I still want to call it Twitter, but we don't really.
Yeah, it's freaking Twitter.
Yeah, it's Twitter. We don't really use Facebook. Facebook just made it so hard with their algorithms and stuff. I mean, we have I think we have 50,000 followers on there, and we get like 15 likes on a post unless we're gonna pay. And we're like, dude, this is horrible. So we stopped. We really
pay up.
Yep, they want that.
Yeah, for real.
So we stopped using Facebook pretty hard. So if anyone,
I think we still post on Facebook though, right? I mean, people still find information on Facebook.
If people want to talk to us, like if you're gonna want a response, X or Instagram are the spots.
Right.
Okay. And then you can find our music just on all the different spots: Apple, Amazon, Spotify. I mean, we released through all the digital download spots. So. And then there's everlitmusic.com too, probably has all the links.
Beautiful. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. It was amazing, and I can't wait to see what you guys do in 2025. Sounds like you got some momentum going behind you.
John has a finger up.
Hey, I had one more thing for you guys because I know you're out in the Philadelphia area. We have a dear friend. His name's Pete Fry. and he operates, works at the tap room on 19th Street. So if you ever happen to be by there, just stop in and mention BleachBANGS to him, and you guys can have great chats about us, I'm sure.
Okay. The tap room on 19th.
Yes.
Is that where Craig used to work, Rye?
It sounds familiar.
I feel like our ex guitarist of our last project might have used to work there.
That's crazy.
Possibly.
That'd be kind of cool.
Maybe. It's. I feel like that might have been. How has that place been around for a while?
It's been a few years that I know of.
Yeah.
Like Pete's been posting about it for a long time now.
We'll have to ask Craig if that's the spot.
All right, cool. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
go ahead and chats with Pete Fry there about us. We've had him on the show years and years ago, and then again recently with his new country project as well. So
Nice. Yeah,
he'll know us.
Yeah, we'll have to pop in there and get a drink and drop the bleach. I almost said BleachBANGs. The BleachBANGs.
I do like beer. Down to go get a beer.
Right.
Sorry for that pause, Randy. I know you were doing the.
No, it's all good.
The legendary outro.
I need to get a cooler background for interviews. I like your guys' backgrounds.
Oh, thank you.
Like I just have this blank, stupid wall. Like I like the cars and the pictures and the records and stuff. I got to do something there.
I got disc golf discs up in mine. You guys like my disc golf discs?
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah. I got
We
some
got
of them.
I might have some disc golf.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh Jesus!
Oh yeah.
My little basket.
Yeah.
Always, man.
If we're on tour in your area, you can most likely, like, before the show, before load-in time, you go to whatever disc golf course is closest, and I'll probably be playing a warm-up round.
Hell
I
yeah!
will keep an eye out for that thing.
I'm obsessed.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. And
Thank you,
anytime you guys want to come back, you have a new project going on, a new song release, we would love to have you pop on here, shoot us a message, and we'll do this again.
I love it.
Yeah, man. Nice meeting you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Great
Yeah,
to meet
thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you guys having us on here. It means a lot.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Have a good one.
You too.
Go Eagles.
We bang your ugly friends too.